So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He got 29 yards that time.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. He pitches it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Mayfield. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Third and goal, they're going with Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. A good run that time. They couldn't close him down, and now 9 yards makes for a very different situation on 4th and goal. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is good. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You can't block me.
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. He'll have a first down past the 40 and finally brought down at the 43. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the Browns' 40-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Switch. Deuce. Check safety. Tighten up.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
180. 50. We own it. Mike's 40. Hey, dude. Hey, roll. Mike 40. Switch up.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go. They're savored a little bit, but I run right back at them.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Santos with the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
On 1st down, Harris. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Mike, here we go, here we go. Black 30. Easy, easy.
Strip the ball. Strip that.
50. Small.
Mike 42. I got it. 42.
These two.
Watch the backer, watch the backer. Mike 42.
Black, what's that?
Throwing on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
77.
4-2, Mike 4-2. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Check.
Middle.
Check.
Black, I said.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Landry now on the return. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 15-yard line.
Hurry!
Check the call, check the call.
Pistol. Hey, Echo.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
I got you.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Mayfield now. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. That's good for 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
King.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Alert, 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 alert.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Chance, chance, chance. Out, 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 out.
Hey, alert 33.
They go with Chubb on second down. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He rifles one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
He's coming. Hey, tighten down, tighten down. There you go. Wide, get wide. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Check three.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back.
180.
40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. I'm coming up to
No foul.
you. Check nickel.
First carry for James Conner. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Big Ed.
On third down, it's Conner. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out.
Check. 180.
40's the Mike.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Quarter.
Check Mike 40. No chance. 40's Mike. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Flash and turn.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, You'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Check nine, check nine.
Focus, focus.
Kill. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. Oh, he trucked him. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Let's go, Mike. 50.
Bravo.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Watch point it right, point it right, point it right.
Lucky.
Hurry. Watch.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Run. Hey, Foxtrot. Hurry.
Motion. You go turn.
Hey, alert. Run.
Now Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Watch out.
Point it right.
50, Mike's 50.
Regular.
Get tired of seeing me.
Mike 50.
It's our field.
Regular. Hey, exit.
Hey, check 24. Hey, 50. 50 to Mike. Watch the curl.
Hurry.
Motion.
Alert.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is Harris. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was... for 7. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Take both of them. No spacing. Here we go.
Roethlisberger will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Mike 42, Mike
44.
Here's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that?
It's caught inside the 25. So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC Wildcard game. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Like 80. Knickers. Knickers.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Mike's 42.
Jack 16. Middle.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. 42's Mike. 42's Mike. All day, punt. Mike 42. Mike 42.
On 2nd and 9. Roethlisberger into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Randall Johnson, the intended.
Yes, he tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Real. Hey, wahoo. Hey, Mike 50. My time.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Ryan Shazier. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Hey.
Bang.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Jumper. Switch. Kill.
Hurry.
And the blitz does come. Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. The 30, 20, 10, 5, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble.
The Browns take over first and 10.
Let's go,
At their own 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
King.
Switch. Shift. Kill.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Hey, alert 33. Hurry.
Shit. Whip.
Hey, alert 33.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Protect. 180.
Mike 50.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the pistol.
Mayfield on play action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and now it's 2nd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Mayfield finding Beckham, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 38-yard line.
First down, Browns.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hurry.
Motion.
They run. Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll start the drive with Harris. There he goes left side. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 51 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Harris. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Coming in. Rush in.
They'll try and run with Harris. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
66.
And my goodness, this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand.
Set.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Watch safety green, watch safety green.
Alert, 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 alert. Hurry, hurry.
Motion, watch the motion.
And again, it's Chubb. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
20.
He was brought down at the 10.
Alert, 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 alert.
A 3-yard gain.
You got it.
Third
Hey,
down.
look three, look three.
Regular, regular, regular.
Switch, switch, switch.
Done. Hurry, hurry.
Deuce, 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 deuce.
Up, up. Done.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
180. Run, run, run.
Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Hey, Delta. Hurry, hurry.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Mike's 50, Mike.
Field on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check. Check.
They'll run on first down. Harris. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Roethlisberger. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun?
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb 69 yards, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Roethlisberger now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They run with Harris. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Browns drive about to get started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check 31, check 31.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
You got it, double up. Share.
They run it again with Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hey, check.
Hurry. Good.
50, mark 50. Stop your whine.
Mayfield looks to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
53, Mike. Watch the pass. Here we go.
On 1st down, Harris. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Wide, get wide. Kill.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I loved one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
They'll run on first down. Harris. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
White 80, 50.
I got
it.
On second down, this is Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
36. Check 99. Check 99. Check 20. Check nickel.
On third down, here's Harris. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Santos' kick is up and through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Hurry. King. Regular.
Kill. 6 guys.
Mayfield to throw. It's caught by OBJ. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
First down.
Mayfield now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
Alert. Up.
Undercut. Check.
What's that?
Mayfield now from the 50. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He's back to throw. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Check. Lucky. Sponge.
80 weapon. Regular. Hey. High 7.
They'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow, I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you.
King.
You go tight. You got tight right there. Slam.
Hey, alert 33.
Watch it.
Fourth down, Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
180.
Mike 50.
Real. Run. Hurry.
Mike 50.
Up.
Hey.
Pistol.
49, check 49.
Shoot. Watch the shoot.
Point it right.
25, check 25.
Kill.
Now Mayfield. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And down inside the 15 he goes. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And his kick is indeed good, and that's going to tie the ball game at 27-all. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Back.
Alert. Point it right.
He's coming.
Pistol. Hurry.
first throw in overtime for Mayfield now. It's caught. Beckham. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Run.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light is still on for him.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. That toss play right, we know it's one of the successful plays they have in their arsenal, and they showed you why there.
And remember, in order for it to be successful, because it's a little bit of a slower developing play, those blocks at the line of scrimmage have to be kept, have to be held, so that the runner can get to the corner and turn it upfield.
They run again on first down. Chubb. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Let's put that team on the clock. Kill. He's crashing.
A give running right is Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive.
Hurry. Point it right.
Switch it.
Regular.
Slam. Rush.
Now Chubb. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done. Now part 2.
Here we go. Blue 30.
Check. Mike 42. I'm here all day. Mike's 42.
Whoa!
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 42's Mike.
And black.
Now what can Roethlisberger do here in overtime? Complete. It's Johnson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Roethlisberger firing quickly here, and that's complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. He did not have a catch till that moment. Pretty good time for his first one, though, here in OT.
I would agree with that. And just think about how they had to cycle through all the play sheets, right? Tried to find ways to get a lot of people the football. In this case, as you said, he hadn't had a catch all game. Now they find him in a key moment. Really well done.
Check three. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, here we go.
On first down, Harris. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And this a 39-yard attempt. And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs.